James, when I saw you at the congressional hearing, I knew you wanted to talk. It's one of the things I love about you. Reading your face like it's a secret code only I can decipher. And I know a letter is the coward's way out, but it's all I've got. I'm about to go dark for a long time, and I couldn't let that be the way I left things. So here's my best attempt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that to the Russians the way you felt for me was proof you had a heart that needed crushing. I'm sorry I pretended not to know who you were when Steve brought you back. And I'm sorry I took him from you. Love, Nat.
Hey, it's Bucky. Which you know. It's just when I saw you standing there, when you pulled me out of that facility, I couldn't... I couldn't believe it. And I don't really know what the protocol is for this. I mean, what did you do when you found out I wasn't dead, huh? They got greeting cards for congrats on your resurrection or something? That's just coming out wrong. Holy crap, Steve. I went to your funeral, you know? And after you were gone, well, the Avengers just... they fell apart, you know, and I lost it. Nat went dark, and, Thor turned into Mother Teresa. Stark lost his company, which, you know, that one was kind of fun to watch, I admit. But how did I get there? You know, without you to vouch for the former Russian super soldier, nobody would trust me. I mean, Hill was the only one who thought I might still be useful at all, so she sent me after every lead on a missing Inhuman she could. Even had me babysit her cat once or twice. You know, I think she was just trying to keep me busy, but I couldn't stop thinking about Tarleton being the last person to see you alive. And I needed answers, so I went after him. And, well, apparently that's how Aim picked me up. Gave me a false lead on his whereabouts, and the next thing I know, well, here we are, 2 years later. I don't know all the details yet of what I did for them, but, what I have figured out is it's bad. Really bad. Like, helping kidnap more Inhumans for their sick experiments. Bad. But this is the stupidest message. You know what? I'm sorry, about all of this. We'll talk soon, okay? Face to face. Welcome back, Steve. Oh, and if I hug you a little too tight when we see each other next, no, I didn't. Okay? Yeah, bye. How did you do it, Steve? How did you wake up from 5 years on ice and not want to kill the next person who looked at you sideways? Because after all these decades, the only thing that feels familiar about waking up in a world I don't recognize is the anger. I mean, I was an angry kid. I would have believed that I wasn't, that I was better before, but the Army saw something in me they could work with, and I know I clocked you a few times over nothing, so I can't just blame this on the Russians. In fact, they tried to brainwash it out of me. But every time I woke up before they said the code words, I felt like I was on fire inside. Like I wanted to chew everyone in the room up and spit them out. And now I don't even get the piece of brainwashed ignorance. I just think about Monica Rappaccini and I see red. So, how did you do it? How did you wake up and not want her dead? I mean, she took 5 years of your life. She only took 2 of mine. Don't you want revenge? Don't you want to wipe that self-satisfied smirk off her face for good? No, you don't. Because you're a better man than I am. You always were. Even before. What did you see in me that made you think that I would be better than this? Better than revenge? Because I don't feel better, Cap. I feel like taking from them what they took from me. Everything. I met Steve in 1941. I was 16, he was 20, and, Uncle Sam thought Captain America needed a sidekick. I knew as soon as I met him that he, God damn it. You know, I don't do these. I mean, everyone I know who I might have done it for died over 60 years ago at the other end of a Nazi weapon. So I missed them. I missed all of it. I missed every funeral or memorial or tribute. You name it, I wasn't there. And after I came back, I lived with that. Because I knew Captain America, the man who everybody loved and respected. Well, he missed him too, you know? Maybe I wasn't such a screw-up if the golden boy of the USA had the same baggage as me. But I was never supposed to be here. This was one more funeral that I was supposed to miss. You know, people, they think Steve Rogers was reckless. You know, they say he was always rushing into danger. But that man never took on a single fight he couldn't win. Ever. He came back home every single time. And he brought his men back too. Except once, I guess. Not twice. I was supposed to go first! Just because you never said the words doesn't mean you didn't promise that I'd never have to be here. I'm sorry, I'm done. No, I can't, no, I can't do this. Nat, I have to go, okay? No, please, just let me get off, Nat! Just leave it! I don't know if these still work, but it was the only number I had off the top of my head. I blame cell phones. You know, in the 40s, we knew everybody's number by heart. Now, based on the date this phone's shining at me, I'm missing about 2 years. You think that would stop bothering me after decades of lost time, but no. No. Still a kick in the gut. And if it makes you feel any better, Nat, you weren't gonna be my first call, but... he's not around to pick up the phone, so... it's gotta be you. You know, it was kinda nice, for a second. Forgetting we live in a world without Captain America. Then I remembered. They left me that. Whoever's pulling my strings sure has a sick sense of humor. Here's what I know. I'm not okay. I can hear the voices in my head and they're pretty much all speaking Russian. I'm definitely in an AIM facility. Those hexagons are hard to miss. And they have obviously reactivated me. I don't know how long I'll be in my right mind, so I'm sending you a location. The last place I remember. See if you can follow my footsteps from there. And, Nat, hurry.